What can we say about A? Choose all answers that apply. A is the opposite of E. Let me copy, Let me copy the number line to the board. So I can scribble. Okay, so point E is 1, 2, 3 hash marks to the right of the 0, and point A is 1, 2, 3 hash marks to the left of the 0. So point E is -3. Point A, sorry, is -3, and point E is +3. So point A is indeed the opposite of E. A equals -D. Okay, so D is 1 hash mark to the right of the 0, -D is here. So A is not -D, so option B is not correct. A equals the opposite of -A. Okay, so -A is here because A is 1, 2, 3 hash marks to the left of the 0, and the opposite of A is 1, 2, 3 hash marks to the right of the 0, so this is -A, and the opposite of -A is back here. The opposite of -A is A, so that is also correct. Where is the blue dot on the number line? Okay, so each hash mark represents, let's see, five tens and 5 hundredths. So each hash mark is 100. So this is -50. Let me copy this to the board. Okay, so each hash mark is 100 hundredths, and so this is -0.56 hundredths, and this is 0.57 hundredths, and this is 0.58 hundredths. Okay, so the blue dot is 0.58 hundredths. -0.58. Okay. Last month, Seth made money by selling stocks. His investment income was $401. This month, Seth's investment income is -$261. What does this mean? Seth gained $261 by selling stocks. No. Seth lost $261 by selling stocks. Okay. Okay, his investment was negative, so he lost money. Okay, select the true statements about the number line. Okay, so let me copy the number line to the board. Now let's see. Point B is less than point A. point B is less than point A. No, that is not true, because point B is to the right of point A. Okay, so option A is not correct. Option B, point B is greater than -4. Point B is greater than -4. That is correct, because point B is to the right of -4. Okay. Drag the dot to plot 6, 0, 6, 0, so it means that 6 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis, and then select its location on the coordinate plane. Okay, so it is located on the x-axis. It is not in any of the quadrants because it is on 0 of the y-axis, so it is located on the x-axis. Okay, plot 2 points that are 7 units from point D and also share the same x-coordinate as point D. Okay. Same x-coordinate as point D. Okay, so point D has an x-coordinate of -4. So it means that one point can be -4 and the y-coordinate is 8 because the distance from 1 to 8 is 7 units. Okay, oops. And the other point is on -4, which is the same x-coordinate as point D, and -6 on the y-axis. So the distance from D to the x-axis is 1 unit, and from the axis to the point is another 6, so in total is 7 units. Okay. Another way to think about it is, let me copy this to the board. You can also think about it as 1, which is the y-coordinate of point D, minus -6, which is this distance plus this distance. Okay, so this is 1 plus 6. So it's 1 plus 6, which is 7. Okay. Which of the following inequalities are correct? Some of the numbers involved are shown on the number line below. Choose all answers that apply. Okay, 7 is greater than -7. Okay, of course, 7 is to the right of the 0, and -7 is to the left of the 0. So, which of the following? So this inequality is correct. -7 is greater than -5. Okay. So this is not correct because -7 is here and -5 is here and -7 is to the left of -5. So option B is not correct. -7 is less than, it's less than, not greater than, less than. Okay, so that is also correct. -7 is to the left of -5 so it's less than negative 5. So option B is also correct. Negative 7 is less than 0. That is also correct because negative 7 is to the left of the 0. So that is also correct. Okay, consider the following number line. Okay, so each hash mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 1/5 between 0 and 1. Okay, so A is 2/5. Okay, so A, drag the following cards to match each point to its value. So A is 2/5. B is negative 1/5, which is also negative 0.2. Okay, because negative 1/5 is equal to negative 2/10. Okay, which is the same as negative 0.2/10. 2 is in the 10th place. And C is negative 4/5. Okay. Okay. Use the following number line to determine if the expressions are true or false. A is less than B. A is less than B. That is correct because A is 0 and it is to the left of B. So A is less than B. The absolute value of A is 0. That is correct. Absolute value A is at a distance of 0 from 0, so the absolute value of A is 0, so that is also correct. The absolute value of A is less than the absolute value of B. Okay, B is positive because it's to the right of 0, so the absolute value of B is simply B, so A is less, the absolute value is 0, and it's less than B, which is also true. A is less than B. Absolute value of A equals 0. Absolute value of A less than absolute value of B. Yeah. Okay. The temperature is negative 5.5 degrees Celsius in New York and negative 11.1 degrees Celsius in Iowa. Drag the white cards onto the gray rectangle to write an inequality that correctly compares the two temperatures. Okay, so negative 5.5 is greater than negative 11.5. Okay, because on the number line, this is, let's say, negative 5.5 and this is negative 11.1. So 11.1 is less than negative 5.5 because it's to the left of 5.5. So 5.5 is greater than negative 11.1. Which of the following description is correct? The temperature, okay, is warmer in New York than in Iowa. Yes, because in New York is negative 5.5 and in Iowa is colder because it's less than the temperature in New York. So the temperature is warmer in New York than in Iowa. Okay. Order the following numbers from list to greatest. Put the lowest number on the left. Okay. So this is the number line. What is here? Negative 2. Let's say that's 1, that's 2, so this is negative 2. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So negative 2 is here, 4 is here, 0 is here, so -2 is on the left side, then the 0, then the 4, and then the 5. Okay, a equals 0. Move the dot to -a on the number line. A equals 0, so -a is also 0. Okay. Okay, Mikoto graph shown below. Okay, well, the relationship between the temperature in degrees Celsius and her cat's change in weight in grams over the last 10 days. So let's copy. The coordinate plane to the board. Okay, now let's see what is the question. What is the meaning of point A? Point A, what's point A? Oh, okay. So the x-axis represents temperature in degrees Celsius. So point A is -9 degrees Celsius. So the relationship between temperature and the cat's change in weight. So when the temperature was -9, her cat is -2. This is in grams. We lost 2 grams. At 9 degrees Celsius below 0, Mikoto's cat lost 2 grams. That's exactly right. At 9 degrees below 0, because this is 0, so 9 degrees below 0, which is here, point A. So he lost 2 grams, so he lost 2 grams. Okay, so option A is correct. Let's examine the other options. At 9 above 0, 9, no, point A is not 9 degrees above 0. Okay, at 9 degrees below 0, because he gained 2, no, if he would have gained 2 grams, it should have been here. 9 degrees above 0, it's not above 0. Okay, so that's the right option. At 9 degrees Celsius below 0, okay, Mikoto lost 2 grams. Okay. The table below shows the scoreboard from a friendly game of canasta. Player Mahmoud score -25, Zayed score 10, Field score 40. Sort the players from lowest to highest absolute value score. Okay, so the list is Zayed, then comes Mahmoud, and then Phil. Okay, because on the number line, let's say each hash mark represents 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 10 is Zayed. Then come Mahmoud. Mahmoud is here because the absolute value of -25 is the distance over the number from the 0. So negative 25, let's say negative 25 is here, negative 25. But the absolute value of negative 25 is the distance from the 0. So it is here, positive 25. So this score is of Mahmoud. This is Mahmoud, and A. Okay, and the field is here. 40. This is field. Okay, so Zayed, Mahmoud, and field. Zayed, Mahmoud, and field. Very good. Okay.